Xi Jinping, the man who has caused tension with his election as the president again for another 5 years, spent his younger days in Beijing's residential compound of China's ruling class, which was rather opulent. But his life took a drastic turn when China was under the Mao regime. Why, who, when, and how? In this video, we'll pacify your curiosity about one of the most powerful people on earth, Xi Jinping. And if we can do it, share this video, like it, and subscribe to Primetime TV. Early years of Xi. Xi Jinping was born in 1953 in Beijing. His father, Xi Zhongdun, was a former deputy prime minister of China and Mao Zedong's first close ally. That's where he received his status as a princeling. As he was a son of a revolutionary veteran, one of the Communist Party's founding fathers, and a former VP, you might think that it was only natural for Xi to be where he's today. But that's different from how it worked for Xi. Around 1962, Mao Zedong became deeply suspicious as he feared he might be overthrown. So he started persecuting political rivals, one of them being Xi's father. In 1969, Xi Jinping was deported to the countryside during the Cultural Revolution. His father had been expelled, labeled as the enemy of the state. Xi spent 6 years working as a manual laborer in an agricultural commune. Xi's troubles heightened as his family suffered greatly. All the benefits Xi had grown to love and enjoy were stripped of him. He was sent from Beijing to the countryside for re-education and hard labor in remote. Moreover, during those darker times of Xi's life, either Xi's half-sister took her life because of the severity of the hardships, or the poor girl was persecuted to death. Nonetheless, as the father, as the son, he cultivated strong ties with the local peasantry during that time, which helped the well-born Xi's credibility when he eventually rose up the CCP ranks. Interestingly, he frequently fell out of favor with his party and the government all his younger life, particularly before and during the Cultural Revolution, 1966–76. Rising of Xi. In 1974, after 7 years of working as a farm laborer, an agricultural technician, a tractor-trailer driver, and a barefoot doctor, the sun finally shone on Xi Jinping's life when he was given the position of branch secretary formally. The following year, he enrolled at Beijing's Tsinghua University to study chemical engineering. After earning his degree in 1979, he spent 3 years working as Zhang Biao's secretary in the Central Chinese government. Biao was also the Minister of National Defense at the time. In 1982, Xi decided to resign from that position and leave Beijing to work as the CCP's deputy secretary in the province of Hebei. He remained there until 1985, when he was named a member of the party committee and vice mayor of Chermen in the province of Fujian. In 1987, he kept advancing, and by 1995, he had attained the position of deputy provincial party secretary. 1989 and 2008. He was the party chief of the city in southern Fujian province at the age of 35, the start of the Tiananmen Square demonstrations in Beijing, calling for more political freedom. Although there have been publications that have attempted to claim differently since then, it is believed that Xi and other party officials rushed to control local offshoots of the enormous rallies that were taking place in Beijing at the time. Recalling the violent protests, China has completely wiped them out of history due to their extreme brutality. If you still don't remember, the Tiananmen protests led to the deaths of hundreds of people at the hands of China's Iron Fist. There has never been anything like this in communist China's history. After working for some years within the party apparatus, Xi was given control of the Beijing Summer Olympics in 2008. This was crucial because China wanted to demonstrate that it had gotten past its brutal history and was a worthy host for an event like this. For perspective, the Tiananmen Square massacre and all the attendant human rights violations caused China to lose its bid for the 2000 Olympics. The effect of Xi's labor behind the scenes was as intended, and the game was a potent representation of China's emergence as a growing power towards presidency. Since 1999, Xi has served as Fujian's acting governor. In 2000, he was given a permanent appointment. He held the role up until 2002. He relocated to the province of Zhejiang the same year, where he worked as the acting governor and party secretary. He focused on restructuring the province's industrial infrastructure. Shanghai's top officials were embroiled in a scandal at the beginning of 2007, which resulted in Xi becoming the city's party secretary. He was one of many people whose safety had been endangered by a complex pension fund structure, and his immediate predecessor in the position. Xi was renowned for his vigilance and loyalty to the party line. In contrast to his reformist father, he put a lot of effort into encouraging stability and enhancing Shanghai's financial reputation as secretary. He was chosen in October 2007 to serve for a brief period as one of the 9 members of the Standing Committee of the CCP Political Bureau, the highest governing body in the party. In March 2008, she was selected to serve as China's vice president. Hu, who had presided over the influential Central Military Commission, CMC, since 2004, and was largely seen as a crucial stepping stone to the president, vacated the role of deputy chairman in October 2010 and was replaced by Xi. In November 2012, Xi replaced Hu as the party's general secretary after being re-elected to the Standing Committee of the Political Bureau, which now only had 7 individuals. At that time, Hu also gave Xi the CMC chair. The National People's Congress chose him to lead China in 2013. The man continues to reign in China as after 10 years of rule, he's again re-elected as president for another 5 years. In October 2022, 8 of the most important small bodies inside the CCP are presided over by Xi, including the National Security Commission. Xi has also strengthened control over schools from kindergarten through university to strengthen patriotic education. Given that he has been in charge for 10 years with no successful coups, Xi also directly manages internal security, lessening the likelihood of a coup. The People's Liberation Army was also held by Xi. In fact, the director of the UC Institute of Global Conflict and Cooperation has said, no other Chinese Communist Party leader, not even Mao Zedong, has controlled the military to the same extent as Xi does today. Mao had to share power with powerful revolutionary-era marshals, where Xi does not, and no doubt, people await to see what comes next. But as of now, he has at least turned into ruler for life. We wonder about your opinions now. Drop them in the comments. And if you found this video informative, like it, share it, and subscribe to Primetime TV.